True Life and Music History, the Ants Human Stars podcast, with your hosts, Caleb and Digo. Are you ready? Steady. Go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the world's coolest podcast, Ants Human Stars. Dun-dun-dun. Today, we've got my man, your man, our man, Digo, who's coming to you with...
I could be polyamorous.
Yeah. Down for it.
I'm down. I'm open.
Well, he's got some fire for you guys today. So, Digo, you want to take it away?
I will. So, this is a true life episode for sure because it's going to mold between my life and a story that I got off of Reddit. So, I'm going to Barcelona soon.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's leaving me.
Yeah.
Again.
Mm-hmm. On the regular.
Exactly. I feel like he just got back.
And one of the issues that is coming up in the Barcelona subreddit, which I pay attention to because everything Barcelona interests me. It's my one true love. And in
Is that your home away from home?
It's my home.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's where I would rather be more than anywhere else, but it's also
Don't say that too loud. You still in Lorton, okay?
No, but
kidding.
I also feel like, given the opportunity, yes, I would live there, but I don't want to ruin the magic.
You don't want to get used to it.
Exactly, because I see it as I'm Peter Pan and that's Neverland. And I come back to see Wendy, i.e. my mom, but we're not in a sexual relationship, so it's not like that. But so I see, my friends and family here, and then I leave into the other Neverlands, but Neverland is Barcelona. I visit, I go there every year except for the pandemic debacles. But I am seeing over the years the issue that a lot of people talk about in the subreddit. Tourists. And I don't, Barcelona is not alone in this. Like, I'm sure New Yorkers, Parisians, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, all these places suffer from not only an influx of tourists in general, like just people who go for a week or two every year, to people who are moving there, and also people like me who are the new age digital nomads, which are kind of despised. Unfortunately, my people are not always welcome in certain areas, and definitely not as welcome in Barcelona.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, we are the enemy in their eyes.
Because you don't stay and participate year round.
How I live my life as a digital nomad is worlds different than what I see typical digital nomads do. I go to places that I love. I go there because I genuinely have an attachment to the city. And it's sort of a symbiotic relationship. It's a love relationship. But I don't go to Barcelona to just take from Barcelona. I give my heart when I go there as well, in various ways. It's kind of like a ridiculous thing to say, but I don't just go there to take. This isn't a place that's supposed to give me something. And I appreciate it in so many ways other than, I go to Barcelona to get wasted at a club or on the beach or, go out and eat. And this is what Barcelona is. It's just a backdrop to my party, which unfortunately is what many tourists and digital nomads regard Barcelona as. It's my party city.
Gotcha.
I go there and I fully plan to destroy the city. The harder, the better. You know, like if I'm not throwing up on the streets, I haven't done it hard enough. If I haven't taken all the drugs and gone to every single club and you know, woke up saw the sunrise on the beach with cans of beer and whatever, then I didn't do it right. So I get it from both. I mean, I see the whole picture of it. For me, I mean, like, I'm not that person, but the majority of them are. So locals who grew up, live in Barcelona, I mean, just like New York, you know, people go to school in New York, elementary, high school. They just live in New York, and they have to deal with the onslaught of tourism that comes all year round, and how that must feel every year, getting worse and more and more. And I'm just trying to get on the subway to go to school, but it's packed because it's some festival in New York, and you know, can I just live my life? So there was a reprieve, I think, worldwide with the pandemic. And as many people are seeing, airlines, destinations is come back with a vengeance. It's like everybody who like didn't get the opportunity to go, now they're going, and they're if they've never gone before, now they're going now because there could be another pandemic and whatever. It's a surge. Ridiculous numbers. I'm not going to get into it. It doesn't matter. But like 600% more or whatever in Barcelona, you know, where it was already an issue in 2019. Now it's like 600% more than 2019. Ridiculous, right? It's already it was already a problem to people in Barcelona then. And, you know, if I could state my case, it's that, you know, the city is a lush playground for many things other than a party. You know, I cherish the city just simply walking it. Put my headphones on, put the music on, and I walk. And the architecture and the art that's in the city is enough. You know, I don't need anything other than that. But it does provide. It keeps providing. Every time I go, it's like overwhelming of what it provides, and I can't ask for anything more. In fact, it's like, it's too much, you know, like, chill, you don't need to give me all of this, but you do. It's sort of like the best lover that keeps giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. I'm like, you know, like, enough. So 2 years ago, so I think it was 2019. So when I came back after the pandemic, one of these tourist spots called Park Güell. Before 2000, so in 2019, Park Güell had it's a park design. It has a lot of stuff from the famous artist Gaudi, who also does the church and everything, and a lot of architect installations around the city. So there's this park, and it has a lot of his stuff there too, and it's up in the hills, and it's beautiful. But there's like a part. It used to be that there was a part that you like paid for, and you got to see, like, you got to go in a building and everything. It was like, and there was always the park of it that was open all day, all night. So I came back after the pandemic, and they closed the entire thing. So now the whole thing is a paid, and at night obviously closed.
And that was because people were like coming and like destroying it.
Party people going into the places I would go to, of course. You know, when the first place I went to when I went to Barcelona was this place, because it's such a tourist trap. And like, I remember meeting my hostel friends, like literally meeting them for the first time. People in my hostel will be like, "Hey guys, you guys, what do you do? Oh, we just came. Okay, what do you want to do? You know, let's go to Park Güell. Okay, you know, it was like the first thing I did, and I've been going to that place since, I don't know, 2006. You know, and so to have it finally, like, it's something I can't do, and I would love to go at night. because I would go up there with a joint, usually hoping there'd be nobody there, and it's me, the
Now,
park,
that's the
and
place
the
with
stars.
yeah, this is the place with the swings, the adult swings, or no?
What adult swings did I tell you about?
You told me somewhere where they.
There's adult swings all over the place.
Oh, okay,
but
okay, okay,
but
okay.
there's no swings here,
Okay, okay. I'm just
Um,
curious.
and it's just kind of
Distinction,
a
making a distinction.
it's kind of just a trail. The part that
Okay.
was free and open at all times. It's just a trail in the woods, and it's in the hills, so you always got the city view. And there was just one part that, like, an outcropping of. They made this of stone, and at the top they got where Jesus died with the three. What's that called? Calvary.
Calvary,
They got a
oh.
Calvary kind of thing. It's like three crosses at the top of the thing, and it was just like a nice spot to go up. You climbed up this thing, very narrow thing, and you just go up there, and it was just nice. It was just cool to just be up there. Usually, hopefully, like I said, alone, without. But as the years progressed, there'd always be kids and always be people up there. Yes, drinking and partying and bringing music and blah blah blah. So they closed that down. But no worry, said I, because there was still, so like Parkwell is like down here, and then the bunkers. Dun dun dun. If I didn't want to walk that much, because you got to kind of go up the hill for this. If I was like kind of lazy, I would go to Parkwell because it wasn't that much of a up hike.
Yeah.
Bunkers, ooh, gotta blast the ass. I also love it because I go at night. Usually the sun isn't blasting down, and it's about an hour to go up to this. You're blasting all your gluteus everything to get up there. It was great, and it's the second to highest peak of Barcelona. It's not a mountain, it's just like tall hills. The top is Tibidabo, which is like a church and an amusement park, and it is like literally the top, and it's where my photo is that I use all the time. That's
okay,
like
okay.
the top, and like the only thing higher than that is a huge Jesus statue. So I'm like, and that photo, I'm like right under Jesus. So there's this bunkers, and the bunkers, a military installation where they would during the Spanish Civil War. There were actual like what's it called, cannons that would shoot out to the city. There was a civil war, and so they actually were blasting to Barcelona itself, not to the crazy. That's a whole story, but Barcelona had a crazy war.
Interesting.
But now, obviously, they're no longer there, and it's just kind of like what was left from that. And it's a museum in the day. You can go and see, whatever. And at night, it's just concrete where you can walk up to, bring your joint. You're at the top of the world there. Barcelona city skyline is below you, and it's the most beautiful thing. Stars overhead. It's usually because it's so high up. If it's a hot night, it's great to go up there because it's cool.
Cooler. Yeah,
The air is flowing. It's beautiful. It's great. Well,
that place is closed. Or
it's
closed off.
still open in the daytime from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. But especially when I've been staying a little bit later in the year in Barcelona, till November, and it gets colder, and then the tourists are gone, and no one wants to go up there because it's cold. I would go up to the bunkers, and there'd be no one. But if it's summertime, it'd be packed. I'd have to look for a spot to sit. It's like it is a huge area, and to be so packed, I'd have to like figure out where I'm going to chill. It was a lot of people. There would be hundreds of people up there.
Wow.
And everybody's drinking, everybody's doing drugs, everybody's having a party. Yeah, whatever. But not in Parkwell. I think that was just a straightforward trash problem. But in the bunkers, there's a neighborhood right next to it. And neighbors complaining for fucking decades about this problem, and it's only gotten worse. Eventually, the city finally said, okay, or closing it at night. And that happened in April. So I didn't realize that last year was going to be my last year of being able to climb up to the bunkers and have that experience.
Yeah.
Now I could still kind of, like, I'm already thinking, all right, I can kind of, or maybe I can go to the hills. Or, I don't know. I'm still working out a substitute solution for this, but it has hurt. But I'm going to bring up an article which kind of, although I am saddened by the news, I'm not mad at it. I'm not even against it because
You
I
understand.
I totally understand. So Barcelona recently, there was an assault on a 76-year-old man by a group of young men who jumped the fences that surround the anti-aircraft bunkers at the Carmel area. This is the area I'm talking about. So now they got the fences up. They jumped them. And I also said these bunkers were used in the Spanish Civil War in the 1900s. Okay. The young men, about 6 or 7 of Dominican origin, we'll put a pin in there. We're going to go back to that in a moment. Okay. Were climbing the fence of the victim's home in order to gain access to the Carmel bunkers. So the man approached them and reprimanded them. The young men confronted him and beat him until he fell to the ground, at which point they took the opportunity to steal his mobile phone. The assault took place on June 21st, skateboarding day, Avril Lavigne day, the longest day of the year, and the best fucking day to go to the bunkers. A perfect storm, I think, for something tragic like this to happen. They were there around 10:30 p.m. The area, as I just mentioned, is now closed to the public from 7:30 p.m. until 9 in the morning, a measure that has been in place since April, which aims to put an end to the festivities that took place every weekend and weekdays. Fucking weekend. Every day in the summertime, every day, and cause a great deal of discomfort among the local residents. The fences, however, do not seem to be impediment for some people who, like last Wednesday, do not hesitate to jump the barrier and in most serious cases attack the tenants who oppose it. The victim tried to record what was happening with his phone in order to make it available to Catalonian police. Seeing this, the group came down from the fences and one of them kicked him in the chest and left him lying on the ground, causing injuries that required medical attention. While he was on the ground, another member of the group grabbed his cell phone and they ran away from the scene. The victim, helped by a neighbor, went to a police station shortly afterwards and has filed a formal complaint. It's getting rowdy to a point where I can't defend it still being open.
Them being open.
I can't. And now that it has been closed, violence. It wasn't violent before. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know of a story. Maybe there was other violent stories. But it's not helping our case to keep it open.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, like, I hope this doesn't lead to more violence, but it's not going to help. The horror would be if they just close down the whole area at all times, or do what they did to Park Well, where it's like, if you want to go up there, you got to pay.
Yeah.
And that would be a disaster. So, but let me get back to
Them being of
Dominican origin. Unless they presented themselves as Dominican, unless they showed their passports, unless the police grabbed them and then asked for the IDs, there is racism here. And there's also, I want to touch this on, like, there's, again, influx of tourism, mostly white tourism. Like, it's Americans going, a lot of white Americans. UK, French, everybody, but a lot of white people are basically overtake the city. It's mostly white people that are the problem. But as always, anytime it's any person of color, that's the problem. That's the real problem. It's the Dominicans, it's the Africans that are risking their lives over the Mediterranean to come over, and they have in Barcelona they have this kind of a cornered markets by sectioned off by race or where they come from. So like the Africans that come over, and I can't tell you from where, I don't know where in Africa, but they seem to be all from at least a particular place in Africa. They all speak together in their language. They sell you trinkets on a big like sheet of a big blanket, and that's because they call them the mantas being a blanket, and so they call them the blankets because well they sell their trinkets and it's like cool stuff like whatever you sunglasses to earrings to, and they lay them all nice in tourist spots around the city, mainly around the beach. And the moment the police come, the blankets are connected by a rope that they just pull, and it's Santa Claus. Like it's just comes up and they go. And they're on just like watching nature shows. Like the moment one sees the lion, boom, they all go. It's like I've seen it live before. Like I was on one end, and on the far end up the street, the cops were there, and it was a domino effect, and they all left. And it's like, that's what they do. Then there are the again, I don't know if I think they are Pakistani. They the police came on top of them to sell beer and stuff on the beach. Like they're the ones that are selling mostly beer in the city. Like so, the law is that you can't get beer after 10 or 12. I can't remember in Barcelona anymore. But you can get beer 24/7 from these guys off the street. Don't do it. Anybody who's in Barcelona, don't do it, because you know where they store that beer? In the drain, like, it's in the, what's it called?
Like the sewage?
The sewage, like the sewers. The sewers. I've seen them just pull them out of trash cans or the sewers or whatever. No. Don't buy them. I don't mean whatever if you want, but like just know that
they're not coming from the most sanitary place.
They're selling mojitos or stuff on the beach, and then like I've seen where they get the water and ice, and it's no. Like don't it's. Yeah, it's a health situation with them. Anyways, but so there's an influx of immigrants who came illegally, or maybe they came legally, but they have trouble finding jobs. So same old story. It's like one crime from some of these people, there's a problem. The immigrants are the problem. And, I don't know all the statistics. Maybe it is a lot of crime coming from them. But if it is, usually it's not crimes like, this is a specific case of this, the bunkers, right? I think it's just like people feeling like anger here. So this is a specific case. But usually, mostly it's robbery. And why robbery? Because I don't have money. Why don't I have money? Because I've been rejected by the society in which I'm in.
Yeah.
So, and that just compounds. Like, I don't have the funds. I don't have the means. I have to resort to something that I wouldn't do, but they're rocking a hard place. And now they're seen as the bad guy. It just, it's snowball effect. Having said all that, I still think, tourists are still the issue. And I have to admit, I have to say it, I am part of the issue. Even though I'm not the one that's drinking and throwing up and everything. But I'm driving up the prices. I'm going every year, and I have the funds to pay whatever it is, and taking up space. If we weren't there, well, they could go to all these things, and the ticket prices for these events wouldn't be as sky high as they are now. They wouldn't sell out months in advance, And then you'll get the capitalists who will argue, but that's why Barcelona is so rich. Yeah, it's like, how do you balance this? Because because of this insane influx of there's so much capital that Barcelona has, and Barcelona and Catalonia want to keep that money, which is another subject that they want to secede from Spain and have be their own country.
Oh, really?
They were their own country. They were their own kingdom. Spain took them hundreds of years ago. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on the time, but they were taken.
Okay.
They were another language. They were another society and culture, and Spain came in and you're ours. And ever since then, they'll be like, but we're not, and we don't feel like it. And now it's sort of like California here.
Or Texas. I was gonna say Texas is always trying to.
Yeah, I mean, but they are huge economies that hold up the rest of the country. Like Texas is huge. It's like number 8th or 6th or worldwide economy is Texas, and then California is like so same kind of deal. Like Catalonian region is the breadwinner of Spain, and they're having to give up most of it to the federal government to spread the wealth. But anyway, so they're making huge buttloads of money, and everybody's and I hear so many stories of pickpockets, but that's natural to me. You have any place that you have such a huge influx of tourists and they're drunk, it's easy pickings.
Yeah.
It's in the animal kingdom. The poor turtles that leave the beach and all they got to do is get down the beach and get into the water. Dude, seagulls and crabs and whatever, they all trying to get them. They get in the water and the sharks are getting them. It's like, there's the opportunity. Why wouldn't you take it? It's there. So I'm just seeing so many angles of this, and I just wanted to our Spanish listeners to hear that I am seeing. I'm not blind to the issues. I know that I'm a contributor to the issues, but I'm still sad that these things are happening, and I'm saddened to have lost one of the greatest things that I'm telling you, like, I would get to Barcelona and go to the bunkers that night. It's a thing. I had nothing stopping me from getting to those bunkers and bringing a joint and just, I've arrived. And now that's not there. And, worse things could happen. Fine. I will find substitutes. I will get past it. But the locals also have been taking this away from them. It's not like, 7:30 only tourists can't come in. Anybody. And so people, their whole lives they've been living in Barcelona and enjoying this, and now they can't. So all around problem.
Do better, people. We got to be better. We need to I was gonna say get back to, but let's not go back. Let's just go forward, and it'd be better if we thought more as a community versus just individual or your own little, like, it's just me and my friends, and we don't care about anybody else. Like, no, like,
and it's kind of like, I'm not home, so I don't have to
be. I don't have to care.
Social and responsible and respectful at all. No, I'm just gonna throw my trash wherever because I'm not home.
And again, that goes back to that community of community mindset of, would you do this at your house? Would you do this in your neighborhood? yeah, it's unfortunate that we're not there. Because this is that just sucks. Something that's been open and accessible, both places that you mentioned for so long, and now
Yep.
things have to change because people are so just apathetic about since it's not their house and it's not theirs and they don't live here.
And they had no regard to the Barcelona, Paris next, and then Amsterdam, and then London, and it's like they're just going and again just swapping out the party background.
Yeah, yeah.
And who cares about Barcelona, really? I don't. It's just a place where I can continue drinking and having this adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the issue is the drinking. It's the rowdiness from the drink. These quote unquote Dominicans were probably drinking that led them to this. And then with drinking comes excessive trash. I mean, yes, I throw my roach sometimes anywhere, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it is just a piece of paper, not cans, and bottles, and food, and everything that comes with usually, people bring up everything up there, like a picnic and everything, and just leave it. Just the trash, just leave it. There's like 2 trash cans up there, and those things would just be
Running over.
islands of trash. And so I get that was its own problem of like, well, the city may have helped to have more receptacles, but it's not like that was the cause of leaving trash everywhere. Like no. People were just
just
trashing.
not caring. Yeah.
And they do that on the beach, and they do that in the city, and they do that. Well, they do that in New York, and they do that in Paris.
I know,
It's not like
yeah.
Barcelona's the only place.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So they do that here. I mean, here they still in my walks. They're still.
I will never
trash.
forget the most egregious.
What, the pizza box?
Yes. I was driving and I saw someone throw an entire pizza box out of the window, and I was like, "Who raised you?"
Yeah.
And then it's like also like as because they were adults, so it's also like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. For what?
Like you couldn't wait till you got home or to your destination.
Because I can understand. I'm not agreeing with people leaving trash on the beach or in this case the bunkers. Because they would have to take the trash with them. Oh, what a big deal! But if you're in your car driving to your home, why would you not use the trash receptacle at home? Where you don't have to carry the trash; it's in the car already.
Exactly.
But
I don't even give the people. I'm not
giving them credit,
but who don't have a car or pass. I'm like,
I'm seeing the logic.
But
in their brain.
It's
not okay. But I'm seeing how I have to carry my trash. What? The end of the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Let's just throw it here and just be done with it. And plus, being wasted, the last thing you're thinking about is that sort of thing. So, where that's getting back to my Reddit war. A lot of this is alcohol. Had it been an island of people smoking weed, yes, it would be trash. Okay, I'm not saying like we're all the cleanest people in the world,
but it'd be different.
A whole nother thing, and we'd be a lot quieter.
That too.
Maybe a lot of laughter, but I mean, a lot quieter.
Yeah.
There isn't this long screaming. I mean, I'd get okay. So to get there, again, it's like a lot of walking up, and a lot of it is like going through Barcelona, and then there's like a little part where you're going through a wooded area in nature. It's nice too. And at that point, I'm still like 20 minutes away, and I can hear them. I can hear the boom coming off of that top of the thing. And then when you're there, it's just like the loudest thing ever. So,
Also, I don't know why people like to be loud when they're out. And like I don't have a problem with people being loud, but I feel like there's a time and a place, and just like why? But even screw a time and a place. Like why you have to be loud if you're around people, period. Like, anyways.
They also
Sorry,
suffer.
that was my own personal
Why you gotta be loud?
annoyance popping out.
There's also a problem with that in the inner city, and there's no solving that. You can't just close off the city.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck to the Born and to oh god, I just forgot everything. The Born and Digo, cut this. You can't be coming out like you don't know Barcelona. I'm like the Born and why can't I remember the things that I go to? It's escaped me. It's like the Born and then it's
Are you thinking of
the
the name?
Gótico. Thank you. Memory is coming back. El Gótico. These are like downtown central places where there's housing and bars and plazas, and at night, right now, well, yeah, no, it's 6 hours into the future, which is 3 a.m. Oh, it's booming right now. Booming. It is the loudest thing right now. People are coming out of the clubs or going to the clubs, and they're drinking in the streets, and it's loud as fuck. And people are living there, and they just complain and complain and complain. But again, you can't stop people in the streets in the city. There's no stopping them. Yeah, why you gotta be loud? Again, there's alcohol involved. That usually leads to yes. And what are you gonna do? Outlaw alcohol? I'm for it.
Exactly. Where do I sign up?
That would make things so much better all the way around. It would help so many things.
Yeah.
But the Pakistanians would lose their job selling beer on the streets. They only sell
their sewer
one beer
beer.
too. It's the city's beer. It's like that's the beer. It's not like they come at you with a Heineken or whatever. No. It's just the beer. It's in the cans. It's cold. Somehow, I think they like put them in bags and ice them and then put them in the sewers. And then they bring them to any suspecting or unsuspecting. Because, I mean, like, I've been in this situation. I'm like, they take them from the sewers. And they're like, yeah, I know. And I'm like,
No.
okay. Whatever.
Oh my. Y'all really just not worried.
There's also, used to be, I don't know if they still are, now, again, it's all by race. Asians, women who would go up and down the beach and give you a massage. Just on the beach, like you're out there and whatever, and they would just give you a massage. But
Okay.
again, everything is just like, okay, but you have to see the whole picture. And the whole picture was, like, I would see them giving a massage to somebody over there, right? And it's hot, right? It's under the burning sun. Poor little Asian women. And they're like, they got their oils and they're like massaging people, right? But they would be like massaging and then like they're sweating, right? And they'd just be like, and they just like incorporate that into the just wiping their brow, and they're just like just incorporating their sweat into the oils and then what happens next? They go to the right next to the next and the sweat, and they're washing their hands, a little squirt of no, of course not. They're just oiling and sweating out everybody and themselves up and down that beach. Yes. These are things that happen, and I've seen them over and over, years and years of me being in Barcelona, and I can't not ignore them. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to get the money.
Yeah, that's a interesting situation, to say the least.
Yeah. Anywho, I'll be in Barcelona soon.
Well, hopefully it gets better, and maybe in a few years, maybe humanity will get itself together, and maybe they extend the hours a little bit.
10 would have been beautiful. I see the sunset and stay a little bit afterwards. 7:30 is just like you barely get the sunset at this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's still the sun's out.
Yeah.
And then it's like you gotta go, and I'm like, Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's like it's done. There's nothing I can do about it. And again, I don't think I would change it. You would need to set up systems. It couldn't just go back.
Yeah.
It's broken. So this is their, and it's not like now. At 7:30, that thing will be popping with people and trash everything. It's not like that part has been fixed. No.
Yeah.
No, that still will be they're just giving them more time to clean up the joint before the 9 a.m. starts the next day.
Yeah. Well, or maybe you'll find a new place.
I will. I will.
Maybe you'll
I'm
gonna
find a new place.
that you're like, oh, this is, again, this satiates. This is a good solution or substitute. That's the word you use.
No, there's
for either
there's
of those
gonna be
places.
a substitute. I'm gonna find it. It's gonna be my place. No big deal.
Nice. You will.
Thanks for listening to the Ants Human Stars podcast with Caleb and Digo. Stay connected and get updates about new episodes by visiting our website, antshumanstars.com, and by subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a positive rating and review, and share about us with your community on social media. Thanks, y'all. We really appreciate it.